and welcome to coaching. It's Tuesday and we're going to start tonight with a short meditation. Actually, it's going to be a breathing practice followed by a short meditation, really opening up into an inquiry of where do we need to go next in the 21-day challenge. So we've spent 2 weeks so far. For week 1, easing in, making any adjustments that we want to our food, just maybe lightening the load of the food, maybe having some reducing unprocessed food and just having a small shift, whatever you were able to do in that area. There was a focus on it, hydration, elimination, obviously the yoga practice as well, and then we spoke about food. So that was easing in. And then last week we really spoke about if you wanted to lose weight, then calorie restriction and fasting. But the thing that I really wanted you to focus on was the oil rub. So Abhyanga, really rubbing that beautiful oil into your skin, making time for that kind of self-massage. So now week 3, we're emerging, but I just want to take the time to go inwards and actually look and ask yourself, do I want to emerge, or do I need to stay in this space? Do I need to stay in the space of going deeper? Is there something else that I need to address? Is there any other healing that I need to do? Maybe I still want to lose some weight. Maybe I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do, so I'm going to stay in this space. Or maybe you're like, no, actually, I'm done. I'm going to come out. So we're going to use this time to connect with our intuition and start to ask, what do we need to focus on next to make the most out of the 21 days? Because we still do have 7 days left. So there's loads of time. So anyway, when you're comfortable, or when you're ready, come into a comfortable position rather. So ideally you're going to be seated. If it's comfortable, you can sit on the floor. I'm sitting on a cushion and my hips are higher than my knees. You can also sit on a chair. Just make sure that your spine is nice and straight and your feet are firmly on the floor. Both feet are on the floor. Don't cross your legs. Or if you want to, you can lie down. But, ideally we are going to sit up for this because we're going to do quite a lot of breathing at the beginning, just to kind of shift where we're at and enable us to maybe go a little bit deeper than we normally would be if we're just sort of using our thinking as we do in our everyday lives. So coming into a comfortable seated posture, I want you just to close your eyes. Your spine is nice and long, your shoulders are nice and relaxed. So just start to focus on the breath. And hopefully by now you would have watched the video on Ujjayi breath and you would have practiced what that is. If you feel that you're not able to use Ujjayi breath, then you can revert to the straw breath. That's exhaling through pursed lips. But really this practice was designed for the use of Ujjayi breath. And so in the last, just relaxing, keep breathing as I'm talking here, focusing on the breath, but I'm just going to talk you through. In the last couple of weeks in yoga, what we've been focusing on is that lengthening of the exhalation and the pause after the exhale, the BK. So we're going to use that wisdom now and that practice that we've had in the past to really go a little bit deeper with our breathing and spend a bit more time allowing all of that practice to come together into a formal seated practice, breathing practice. So what I'd like you to do, if possible, is to begin to count the breath. So ideally we want to make the inhale at least 4 breaths and the exhale at least 4 breaths, ideally 6. So sorry, 6 seconds. So 4 seconds inhale, 6 seconds exhale. So we're just going to sit and we're going to count our own breath and we're going to see if we can use that Ujjayi breath and connect breath to the counting and really go for it. So just keep going, and then I'm going to count how many rounds we're doing, and I'll let you know when it's time to move on to the next part. You're using the counting as a focus. So you may want to drift off as you're breathing here, but just see if you can stay with the counting. Good, so keep going. So on the next round of breath, see if you can make the exhale 6 seconds. So we're just increasing it by 2 seconds. So the inhale remains at 4 seconds and the exhale moves up to 6 seconds. And again, just on the next round of breath or whenever you feel like you want to, slowly moving up to increasing that exhalation even further. So the inhale is now 4 seconds and the exhale is 8 seconds. If you're doing this and you find that you want to inhale slightly longer, that's okay. So say if you feel like you want to increase your inhale to 5 seconds, then just double the exhale. So 5-second inhale, 10-second exhale, 6-second inhale, 12-second exhale. So just see what your capacity is. I'm not saying that you have to go there, but if you feel like you want to inhale more, then please do so, but just make sure you're doubling the exhale length. And then on the next round of breath, just start to decrease the exhalation now. So with every breath or every couple of breaths, just bring it down a notch, a second or two. And then just allowing the Ujjayi breath to be whatever length it desires. So just drop the counting and just take some nice Ujjayi breaths. And then soften in the Ujjayi so you return to your natural breath. So you can soften your posture slightly as we're not doing a formal breathing practice now. We're moving more into a seated meditation. So you can soften the posture slightly, have the hands maybe in the lap or wherever's comfortable for you. So just shifting your focus onto the nostrils and noticing the airflow as it enters and exits the nostril area. Keep focusing on the breath. If you notice the mind has wandered, you can just acknowledge that and just return back to the breath. So it's just a gentle process of bringing ourselves back each time we notice that something has taken our attention away from the breath. And then what I'd like to do is a short body scan. So as we scan through the body, we're going to start to notice anything arising, allowing that to arise. And then maybe just asking the question of like, what is it? What is it that's needed, or what do you need, or what do I need? However you want to phrase the question for yourself in the context of the 21 days. So bringing your awareness down to your toes. I'm going to start in the big toe on each foot. So just becoming aware of your big toe or your big toes, as there are two. and the second toe, and the third toe, and the fourth toe, and the fifth toe. Tops of the feet, and the soles of the feet. The ankles, the outside of the ankle and the inside of the ankle. The whole of the foot. The whole of each foot. Bringing awareness to the shins and the strong calf muscles at the back of the shin. The kneecaps. Thighs. So the fronts of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. The hips. The pelvis. The tummy. The space above the belly button. The soft area in between the tummy button and the rib cage, the front of the rib cage. And maybe you can just visualize your rib cage in your torso. All of the ribs connected to the spine. Bringing awareness to the back of the rib cage and the vertebrae that is connected to each of the vertebrae. And in between the vertebrae, the fluid, the tissue there. Intervertebral discs. Notice how the rib cage can move with the breath. And just noticing the back of the body, the whole of the back. You've got the shoulder blades there as well. The shoulders and the top of the shoulder blades. And the shoulder sockets. And the sternum. So moving down the arms to the tops of the arms. The biceps and the triceps. And the elbows. And the forearms. And the wrists. The backs of the hands. And the palms of the hands. Your thumb. 2 thumbs. Second finger. Third fingers. Fourth fingers. And then the little fingers. the whole of each arm. Moving back up the arms to the shoulders, up of the neck, the sides of the neck, the back of the neck. Bringing an awareness to the whole of that neck space, supporting the head. So bringing your awareness now to the back of the head, over the top of the head, the very top crown. And then your forehead, smoothing and softening. Forehead, eyebrows, eyelids and eyes, eyelashes, cheekbones and cheeks, nose, lips, teeth, gums, tongue, whole of the mouth, jaw, ears, outsides of the ears, insides of the ears connecting inwards to the brain. Sensing, being aware of your whole brain residing on the top of the beautiful spine that's holding you erect. Being aware of your whole body, from your toes to the top of your head. See if you can breathe into your whole body, filling every part of the body, every cell, every joint, every piece of tissue. Breathing life and energy, healing into the whole body. You may even notice that you will become aware that you can maybe expand your awareness slightly wider, maybe slightly bigger than what's present in your body. Maybe you've got another layer there, or a few layers that you can become aware of, more subtle levels of yourself. So maybe expanding your consciousness to include those additional layers of self. Breathing into all of the layers now. And then just sit quietly and ask yourself, what is it that I need? Asking your body, asking your mind, and asking those more subtle layers of the self, what is it that I really, really need? To be healthy, to be happy. What is it that I need? And just listen. It might not come straight away, or it may have come very clearly, very concisely. Maybe just accepting the first thing that arose, making it wrong or leaving it something different. So just taking what was given to you, what you've given to yourself, what your intuition has provided, and okay, thanking, offering some thanks to yourself, offering gratitude. We often don't have time to listen to the deeper needs and desires of the self. We're too busy in our day-to-day life. And there's also the constant busyness of the mind that can sometimes get in the way of that deeper listening. So I hope that something has arisen for you, whether you need to continue in the going deeper stage of the 21-day challenge or whether you can emerge. And when you feel ready, just maybe take in a couple of deep breaths out through the mouth. And again. One more round. And then whenever you feel ready, you're just going to gently blink the eyes open. Come back into the room.